A man and his child was on the verge of starvation. He therefore steals a loaf of bread from the nearby shop. Could he be charged for theft? I'm sure when you're working out this problem, you're weighing his laudable purpose of saving himself and his child against his stealing of the bread from the shop. Yes, you're weighing his motive against intention. The terms which are mostly used synonymously, but which are clearly distinguishable. So, let us learn what intention is, what motive is, what is the difference between intention and motive, and what are their relevances in today's lecture. You're watching Law Cities with me, JC George. Before we jump into intention and motive, let me first announce the answer to last week's problem to ponder. Yes, the answer is negligence. The facts suggest that he had thrown the stone to the public road, ending up in hitting B. He had not taken sufficient care as is expected of a reasonable, prudent person. So, law has stated that it expects the care which is taken by a reasonable, prudent person who is cautious, careful, law abiding, etc., which was not taken by A in this case. So, he has negligently done the act. So, the mens rea here is negligence. Let us first look into what intention is. Knowledge, when is coupled with desire, becomes intention. What is knowledge? Knowledge is the awareness of the consequences of the act. When the person is aware that this is the consequence of what he is doing and he does everything, he is desiring it to that extent that he will do anything towards that end, then it becomes intention. Knowledge plus desire is intention. You may refer to my previous lecture. In S. Raghubir Singh Sandwala versus Commissioner of IT, intention was given a definition. It was stated that the fixed direction of mind to a particular object or determination to act in a particular manner is intention. Basically the same as the law equation which I've stated. Knowledge plus desire equals intention. Now let us see what motive is. Motive is the reason for a person to come up with an intention. It is in fact a feeling which prompts a person to come up with an intention. That is why it is known as an ulterior intent. It is the hidden intent. When a person has an intention to do something, there would be a motive lying behind. There would be an ulterior object behind coming up with an intention, which is mostly hidden, which is mostly secret. And that is why ulterior is used as a prefix to intent when you mean motive. Let us look into this example to make the concept clear. A hits B and injures him. What is the intention and motive here? See, the intention is A wanted to cause injury. That is why he had hit B. Isn't it? So, intention is causing injury. Now, what is motive here? Motive could be something like he wanted to satisfy his revenge. He must be, it must be out of vengeance that he is doing. See, that is the ulterior object, the ulterior intent, which is hidden, which had prompted A to cause injury, which had prompted A to come up with an intention, which was to cause injury, ending up in hurt. I hope it's clear to you now. Okay, now let us consider two situations. Firstly, a person who is driven by a good motive, but he had acted with bad intent. Could he be held liable? Yes, law says that yes, he should be made liable. Even if that person is having excellent motive, he should be held liable for the bad intent which he was acting upon. Say, for example, A had taken away B's umbrella thinking that it was his. See, A had a laudable motive. He, in fact, thought that the umbrella was his, and that is why he took it off from B's possession. But the act, in fact, fell under the purview of Section 378 theft because he had taken it out of the possession of B. So even if that good motive is there, he'll be held liable. Okay, now getting on to another situation, the second situation wherein there was mere bad motive. Okay, there was no bad intent, or the person had not committed anything illegal. He was within the bounds of law, but he had bad motive in himself. That means the ulterior intent was there, the motive was there, the hidden intent was there, but he did not do anything towards it. He will not be held liable by law. He is innocent in the eyes of law. If that is the case, then what is the relevance of motive? Why should we try to ascertain motive in each of these cases? See, the proof of motive is not necessary for conviction. It is well settled. But still, motive has got its own significance. What is that? It, in fact, confirms whether the person has committed the act. It runs as a confirmatory test because motive provides the evidence of evil intent. Intention is the means to the end, which is motive. So once the motive is derived, then proof of evil intent is very easy to be assumed. So there again, motive is significant. Now the third relevance is the quantum of punishment. It aids in deciding the punishment. It aids in deciding the appropriate punishment for the persons. The person with a bad motive will not be having the same punishment as the person with a good motive. So these are the significances of motive. Now let us quickly look into the difference between intention and motive. Intention is nothing but determination to act in a particular manner, whereas motive is the ulterior intent which stimulates action, which frames an intention. Intention has relation to the immediate act, while motive has relation to the distant objects of the act. Mens rea involves reference to intention, but mens rea does not involve reference to motive. So these are the basic differences you find between intention and motive. Okay, now on to the activity session. A stabs B in self-defense. What is the intention and motive here? A stabs B in self-defense. What is the intention and motive here? See, the intention here is A had killed B. So the intention is to kill B. Now what is the motive behind killing B? The motive is self-preservation. It is in self-defense, which means that it was for self-preservation that A had stabbed B. Okay. The opening question is this week's problem to ponder. Analyze it. The answers in the comment box.